the ring. The counter punch.
Alright, back at y'all with some more boxing news and updates. Canelo Alvarez and Charlo is supposed to be fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and the only person that is stalling and holding this up is Charlo. For all the people out there that don't know, last week Charlo claimed that he will have an answer for us next week, meaning today, which is Monday. But my whole thing is Charlo. When I first heard you say that, I'm like, you know what? Okay. Charlo, he has a wife and kids, if I'm not mistaken. And when he heard about the Canelo Alvarez offer, okay, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You needed some more time. But when you say you'll get back to us next week on your decision, we not trying to hear a goddamn extension or you need a little more time to make your damn mind up. We want to know yes or no. It ain't that hard, Charlo. You got a huge offer that you really cannot refuse, and if you do, you are clearly ducking Canelo Alvarez. Not only that, you are wasting Canelo's time because he could be looking elsewhere. We all know Canelo Alvarez have options. You really don't. But this is nothing new with Charlo. Like I told you guys before, Charlo is like that mutt. Okay? You guys know my analogy for this joker. Okay? You see a mutt, you see the mutt barking. As soon as you step to the mutt, you go to the gate, you stomp your feet at it, it runs back. Still barks at you, right? But it's moving back while it's barking. That's Charlo, y'all. And this isn't the first time he's reneged on what he said. David Benavidez. Oh, man. I'll make 168 on my next fight. Fuck David Benavidez out. David Benavidez calls his bluff. And what did Charlo do? Tuck his goddamn tail. It's nothing new with this bozo. Now, we still don't know if he's going to fight Canelo or not. So we got to give him the benefit of the doubt in that sense. But it's looked like he's going in the direction of pricing himself out, people. Okay? Now let's talk about this calling his bluff scenario that I was just discussing. This is nothing new with Canelo Alvarez. He does this shit a lot. He did to Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders didn't think Canelo was going to really take that fight. What happened? Canelo knocked his ass out. Okay? James Kirkland. I remember a long time ago, they was trying to say Canelo was ducking James Kirkland. He don't want to face no black fighters. Stop him. What happened? He called James Kirkland bluff and knocked his ass out. Same shit with Triple G. Y'all remember this shit? Oh, Canelo was ducking Triple G. He wants to fight everybody but Triple G. He fights the man twice. So, y'all just need to keep it on a hush-hush. And he's now calling Charlo's bluff. Okay, you said you could knock me out. You said I'm easy work. I mean, how much is going to take for you to sign a damn contract? I mean, Charlo is having a problem with accepting $12 million. I mean, what do you really want? $20 million? $25 million? You really don't even deserve $5 million, Charlo. So just take what you can and shut the hell up. It's not that hard. Okay? All you gotta do is accept the $12 million, get your ass beat, and we could call it a day. And you still won. Now let me play you guys a clip of me, destroying these Canelo Alvarez haters as usual. Can say or think whatever they want about your boy. Love one or hate one. But y'all know when it comes down to me and this channel, when it comes down to that real shit, aka facts, I'm definitely gonna deliver. Now let's go ahead and discuss this shit. Now, see, the thing is, regardless of me being a Canelo supporter and anybody any boxer that I support for that matter. One thing about me is I'm gonna be as fair as possible. Even though I got Canelo beating all of these guys, this is the sweet science, the sport of boxing. And in that square circle, anything can happen. But once again, to be fair, Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez, they want to fight the very best at 168, 160, but they can also fight each other. Okay? Instead of chasing Canelo, which is why I got to give David Benavidez his props, because he said it best. You know, if I end up beating these guys, you know, let's say a Plant, Charlo, fucking Saunders, that'll get me a Canelo fight if I beat up those guys. Instead of sitting on the sideline bitching about a Canelo fight, y'all could be fighting each other in the fucking process. Did you ever think about that? David Benavidez, I ain't got nothing to say about him. I can't get mad at you calling out Canelo. In fact, I respect that shit. Demetrius Andrade, like I told you guys, we must be fair. Demetrius Andrade, even though he has a shitty resume, we all fucking know it, he's been calling out all these mother chuckers. The man called out Jermall Charlo and Jermall Charlo, and we finna get into his ass, Jermall Charlo. And I love Jermall, but Jermall, oh shit, man. That whole ass motherfucker, we finna get into his ass in a minute though. Don't even trip. But back on Demetrius Andrade. At the very least, we gotta give Demetrius credit for chasing down these guys, wanting to fight Billy Joe Saunders when he was undefeated. He wanted everybody. And he still does, you know? But that's how it goes in boxing. Politics and bullshit, we all know, play a factor. But in the meantime, you can still be fighting some of the likes of, you know, Caleb Plant, Chris Eubank. You know, there's some guys out there that, you know, some decent fighters you can beat in the meantime. Caraball. You know, don't get me started on naming these guys. Shit, Billy Joe Saunders. Just because Canelo beat these guys, it doesn't mean you can't still fight these guys. Those are still good wins. Now let's get into Jermall Charlo's joke ass. Jermall Charlo, man. If only... See, the thing about it is, we see the talent in Jermall, but who have we seen that talent against is the question. Jermall Charlo, on the other hand, beat some good fighters on his way to potentially be undisputed. I ain't got shit to say about Jermall. But Jermall, on the other hand, who don't want that smoke, clearly with David Benavidez. I mean, clearly. And then you have Demetrius Andrade, who we know he don't want no smoke with Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. They can fight each other. You know, let's just say you go knock out Demetrius Andrade. That makes a Canelo versus Charlo fight that much bigger, because Charlo, you look real bad in your last fight. But I know, Charlo, I understand. Demetrius Andrade, David Benavidez will put those paws on you. And you don't want that smoke. They may be too much for you, okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But you could still go face Billy Joe Saunders, Triple G. We know Makabu might knock your ass out. It might be too much. But if you go beat a Caleb Plant, those are still good wins. Just because Canelo beat these guys, it don't make them not a good win. So Jermall, instead of sitting on the sidelines begging for a Canelo fight, why don't you take a page out of David Benavidez's book? You can still chase Canelo in the process, But if you don't get Canelo, beat these other guys.